So, good evening, everyone. I really hope you all had a great day. It gives me immense pleasure to extend to you all a warm welcome on behalf of the Kerala chapters of IEEE Education Society and IEEE Photonics Society. Thank you for joining us today for this talk session on the evolution of lights and the engineering brilliance of blue light. We shall commence the session in a couple of minutes. So, throughout history, the advancement of lighting has played a pivotal role in shaping the way we live, work, and also interact with our surroundings. From the discovery of the fire to the invention of incandescent bulbs, each milestone has pushed the boundaries of human ingenuity, thereby enabling us to illuminate our world in increasingly efficient as well as versatile ways. In recent years, one particular aspect of lighting technology has captured significant attention, that is, the blue light. It is a subset of the visible light spectrum with a shorter wavelength as well as higher energy that occurs naturally in sunlight. It is responsible for the vibrant blue hues we observe in the sky. It is also generated by various artificial sources such as LED lights, computer screens, and smartphones. While blue light offers several benefits, including enhanced mood, increased alertness, and improved cognitive function, its excessive exposure has raised concerns among researchers and health professionals. To address the concerns and also discuss this topic in depth, let us begin the session without much ado. First, I invite Mr. Akshay RS, Student Representative, Student Leadership Team 2023 of IEEE Education Society Kerala chapter to deliver the welcome address.
Uh, Hello everyone. I hope I'm audible and visible. Neha, am I audible?
You are audible.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, light, or should I say light sources, has always been a source of fascination and inspiration for mankind since time immemorial. Along with other earthly elements of water and air, it is one of the things that keeps us alive. And from the just like Neha said, from the discovery of fire in the Stone Age to LEDs and more advanced light bulbs that we use now, light sources has always been a massive metamorphosis and revolution. One particular advancement worth mentioning is the development of blue light, whose engineering brilliance lies in its ability to provide efficient and long-lasting illumination while consuming just minimal energy. So this talk session is intended to introduce you to the fascinating world of lights and the engineering brilliance of blue light. So first, I would like to welcome our speaker for the day, Mr. Abhinav R, who is the STEM and Hack lead of IEEE EdSoc Kerala chapter and is also the secretary of IEEE Side Group Kerala. I think he's a familiar face to almost everyone present here. And about him, I am proud to say that he is one of the torch bearers of humanitarian activities under IEEE Kerala section. So a warm welcome, Jeta.
Thank you, Manu. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeta. Next, I would like to welcome all the executive committee members of both the IEEE EdSoc Kerala chapter and IEEE Photonics Society Kerala chapter, and all the participants present here in this virtual gathering. I hope everyone will find this talk interesting and engaging as it is intended to be. So once again, a big welcome to all, and over to you, Neha.
Thank you so much, Akshay. I now invite Mr. Anandakrishnan, Webmaster of IEEE Education Society Kerala Chapter Student Leadership Team 2023, to introduce the speaker.
Hello everyone. Abhinav R is currently working as Junior Research Fellow at Indian Institute of Technology, Palakkad. He is also a certified home energy auditor under Energy Management Center, Kerala. He had completed his BTech education from NSS College of Engineering, Palakkad in Electrical and Electronics Engineering discipline. He is currently the Hack and STEM lead of IEEE Education Society Kerala chapter and the secretary of IEEE Site Kerala chapter and lead of IEEE Humanitarian Working Group IEEE YP Kerala. Abhinay Rajiv has been a part of IEEE since 2017. Within these years, serving humanity as his prime motive, the contributions he has made towards IEEE is priceless. His profound in technical knowledge and imparting the same to his colleagues and juniors was achieved by conduct of projects and technical events. Apart from that, he has led around 6 hack projects. With a motive, education for all, he has been the resource person for 15 plus technical sessions for various fields. His core area of interest are solar, electrical vehicles, lithium-ion batteries, home automation, energy auditing, humanitarian activities, etc. So, welcome and over to you, Abhinav Chetta.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks a lot for that warm introduction. Uh, yeah, first of all, am I visible? I'm audible. Everything is fine, right?
Yes, Chetta.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. So, first of all, I would like to thank you, EdSoc Kerala chapter and the Photonics Kerala chapter, especially Anil sir and Dr. Binu ma'am. Actually, when I proposed this, currently I'm at IIT Palakkad. I'm working on a solar simulator project. So it's the very first time I'm getting exposed to this optics part, the lights and all those things, mixing of light and all those uh, parts. So when it comes to the light technology, this is not the main domain that I usually talk in. I usually talk in subjects like electric vehicles, solar, renewable energy, and all those domains. This is a very new topic for me. So whatever I find interesting, I just put up a slide, and I thought, why couldn't I give it to the students? Most, I guess, in KTU students, you are having some subject called illumination engineering as an elective or something. So maybe this can help you a bit. I hope. So without further ado, I will start my session. ഇടയ്ക്ക് ഞാൻ കുറച്ച് മലയാളം സംസാരിക്കും. I spoke with Anil sir, so mostly the session would be English. So I'll guarantee on you that. But ഇടയ്ക്ക് for the prime interaction between the students, I would like to convey a bit of the talk in Malayalam. So I'll just share my screen. Just tell me if it's visible. So I'm request everyone to stick with me till the end of the session. Karanam, by the half, like around a half hour, I'll go through the slides and all those things. Korche experiments, I need to show you some things that I do literally here. So that would be interesting, I guess. So stick with me. Okay. Yeah, we are having a maximum participation, I guess, 100, and guessing some other students are messaging me they can join the link. So I told maybe the recording will be available. Yeah.
We are arranging a second link also so that others can join by through the second link.
Oh, is it? Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Okay. Yeah. So the evolution of lights and the engineering brilliance of blue light. So though the topic is this one, I will start with the engineering brilliance of blue light. The engineering brilliance of blue light actually started back in 1900s. So we have all the light. So I'll come to the evolution of lights later part. So initially, when the LED technology has came in, so the first LED that was in market, which was commercialized, was a red LED. So this was the first to be found out. Like it made a little difference actually, but it made a little difference in very much every electronic appliances. You might find the indication bulb, turn off and turn on, red lights use. They were used for the hazardous symbols. Mostly the danger symbols were conveyed through the red light. So meanwhile, the technology has evolved and the researchers were going on. The researchers already found out the green LED. So this is the template. Like this was the layout, starting with the red LED. ആദ്യം കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചത് red LED ആണ്. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് by around 1900s, around 1950s, they started in the search of green light. They found out the green light. So I'll give you a bit about. I'm not going into the physics side, like that, right? The P and N junctions and all those things. So the red light, a team from the General Electric in the early 1960s, especially Nick Holowniak. He's a senior scientist and engineer in the General Electric, and he's often referred as the father of LED. അപ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ഒരു അച്ചീവ്മെന്റ് ആണ് റെഡ് ലൈറ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ബട്ട് ഇറ്റ് വാസ് നോട്ട് അവാർഡഡ്. ഓക്കെ, ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ഗിവൻ സം ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ്, വെരി പ്രയർ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് വെൻ ഇറ്റ് വാസ് കൊമേഴ്ഷ്യലൈസ്ഡ്. പക്ഷെ എന്നാലും വലിയൊരു ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് കിട്ടിയിട്ടില്ലായിരുന്നു. ലൈക്ക് ഇറ്റ് വാസ് നോട്ട് എ മേജർ ബ്രേക്ക് ത്രൂ. So after some time, after a couple of years, they tried to research on this green LEDs. അങ്ങനെയാണ് the green LEDs coming up. So George Crawford is another scientist. He made a lot of contribution to this LED community. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ LED ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതും കാര്യങ്ങൾക്കുമായിട്ട് പുള്ളി ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. I read about some papers on him. What he found was the green LED. അപ്പോഴും it was very major. It was a very major breakthrough. പക്ഷേ they didn't, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഈ പച്ച എൽഇഡിയും ചുമപ്പ് എൽഇഡിയും കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും അധികം ഒരു ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് കിട്ടിയിട്ടില്ല, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ they were not valued that much. Okay, so I'll come to the blue light. So the green LED and the red LED. So you're getting the point. Those were both LEDs were found out. It was researched on a major basis, and a lot of achievements were coming on, but they weren't that much. അത്രയാണ് ഇല്ലായിരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് a lot of the companies were investing a lot of money in researching of green LEDs. നമുക്കൊരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യാം, പച്ച എൽഇഡിനെ തന്നെ കുറച്ചുകൂടെ വികസിപ്പിക്കാം, നല്ല അടിപൊളിയായിട്ട് കൊണ്ടുവരാം. വി ക്യാൻ മേക്ക് ദി ഗ്രീൻ LED far more better what it is currently available. So researchers were going on like that. But at some point, researchers knew that, like of course we know we can make a white light through the help of a red, green and the blue light. So the thoughts came in. അങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് ഇതിന്റെ അകത്തെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ വരുന്നത്. നമുക്ക് for a white light, if you need a white light, you need a blue light. That's a very must. So the complete market, the complete research and development wing was swing to the blue light. എല്ലാവരും blue lightന്റെ പുറകെ. So that was the invention of blue light. So initially, I already told these points. It was used in the LEDs were used only for minimal application, like the indication, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വാച്ചുകൾ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. So these were the minimal application that the LEDs were used back then. But over time, what if we have a blue LED? So I didn't find a good image with a green LED. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് മഞ്ഞ ഓർത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. Sorry for that. So I thought that these two images are complementary. So the red, green, and what if we have a blue LED? So mostly the screen now you're watching, അല്ലെ, ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ വാച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഈ മോണിറ്റർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ your mobile phone is made up of LEDs. A lot of technologies have come in. OLED എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ടെക്നോളജി, AMOLED, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇപ്പൊ ഓർഗാനിക് LEDs, OLED technologies are coming up. AMOLED technologies are coming. So if you zoom into you can take your phone, you can zoom into your another phone screen. In a maximum zoom, you can see that individual pixels is having RGB. So controlling the individual intensities of those LEDs, you can get a proper color. അപ്പൊ അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു മേഖലയിലേക്ക്, ലൈക്ക് വെരി അഡ്വാൻസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ട്, we have come to a point where most of the electronics which is having a screen is now made up of LEDs. So that is the point right now. So what happened? So if you ask me, like, what is the background? നമ്മളിപ്പോ ലൈറ്റ് ബൾബ് പറയുവാണെങ്കിൽ we can say it's more than 150 years that we are the first LED, first lamp was found out back in 1880s, 1850s. ആ കാലഘട്ടത്തിലാണ്. അപ്പൊ ഒന്ന് ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കൂ, 200 വർഷം പഴക്കമുണ്ട്. Our simple bulb, the incandescent bulb, is having a long past, whereas the LEDs, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ light emitting diodes, is having a past of, let's say, couple of decades. 10-20 വർഷം പഴക്കമുള്ളൂ LED ടെക്നോളജി. ബട്ട് the acknowledgement, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു റിസർച്ച് മേഖലയിൽ നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതിന്റെ ഒരു കർവ് പോയിരിക്കുന്നത്, it is very exponential. So the researches and developments happened in this LED segment is very exponential. So the last couple of years, ഒരുപാട് ടെക്നോളജി മാറി. A lot of technology has been changed. You can find these LEDs in almost every single display devices that you're using. So that led to the invention of blue LED. അങ്ങനെയാണ് blue LED എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു സംഭവം ചരിത്രത്തിലേക്ക് വരുന്നത്. So that was a very important thing in the history. So Isamu Akasaki, I know this names found very എന്താണ് നമുക്ക് പെട്ടെന്ന് അസോബിയം പറ്റുന്ന പേരുകളല്ല. ഇസാമു അക്കസാക്കി, ഹിരോഷി അമാനോ ആൻഡ് ഷുജി നക്കമൂറ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന 3 സയന്റിസ്റ്റുകൾ. Basically they were in the company. Actually they found out the blue LED. But Isamu Akasaki, Hiroshima Amano, they both found out as a team. They were researchers in a team, while Shuji Nakamura found it himself. And I was fantasized with the stories of Shuji Nakamura. So he was recruited to a company. It's called Niche Technologies back then. It's in Japan. So he was asked by his boss. Boss ചോദിച്ചിരുന്നതാണ്, can you make green light better? Green LED better ആക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ? Thank you NSR for that. 1987. Yeah, sorry, 1879. Green LED better ആക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ? അതായിരുന്നു ചോദ്യം. So the boss asked whether we can have a better green LED. He researched a lot on those, and he found out that what if I could make a blue LED? So he mixed all those elements, the gallium arsenide and all those elements. He somehow found that LED. So that made a major breakthrough. So ആദ്യം പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ, when they found out the red LEDs and the green LEDs, the importance was a bit low, because unless it can be a major breakthrough, you cannot win something that is very prestigious. But with the introduction of this blue LED, they won the Nobel Prizes. അത്രയും വലിയൊരു major breakthrough ആയിരുന്നു blue LED. So these are the 3 people, and starting from the left is Isamu, and the second one is Hiroshi, and the third one is Shuji Nakamura. Okay, so there's a very wonderful presentation by Shuji Nakamura in the YouTube. We can watch that. It's a very good presentation. So why the blue LED? Blue LED എന്തിനാണ് ശരിക്കും? So already told, white light ഉണ്ടാക്കണമെങ്കിൽ we all know that the 3 LEDs, 3 light combinations are needed. So a major market was flooded with these blue LEDs. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ടെക്നോളജി വന്നാൽ complete market will be disrupted. So if you see, there are many applications like making white light, making pure white light. Daylight എന്ന് പറയുന്ന കാറ്റഗറി ഉണ്ട്. അതുപോലെ പല ടെമ്പറേച്ചേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. We'll start with let's say 3000 Kelvin to 6000 Kelvin. You are having different temperature zones. All these can be made possible if you have a blue LED. It's not like നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ബ്ലൂ ഉണ്ട്, അത് എന്നിട്ട് റെഡ് ഇല്ല. Suppose assume that you are not having a red LED. Still this would be possible. That is a fantastic observation here. I'll come to that. So it is nowadays it is used for horticultures. Think of a situation that you are having a limited sun. Okay, you can still grow the crops. Agriculture and all those things can be facilitated by powering a LED such that it exactly follow the curve of a solar. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ sun എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സംഭവം. There are also other research and development activities going on these solar simulators. So that's a current project that I'm working in. I'll give you a quick glance of that later on this session. So solar cells in the പറയുന്ന സാധനം, to test a solar cell is very hard. To test a single solar cell is very hard. And in India, we don't have much equipment for that particular aspect. We mostly use the halogen bulb with all those filters so that we can recreate almost the sun spectrum, but it's not that predominant. So researchers are now going on such that you can build a solar spectrum out of LEDs, where you can control the individual light intensities to exactly follow the sun curve. So things like that are going on. And if you see for the light bulb, these every LED bulb that we are using nowadays is made up of all the LED technology. But ആർക്കെങ്കിലും പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ, what is this white light made up of? The very basic white LED bulb that we are buying, what is inside that? Is it a combination of RGB LEDs, or is it any other combination? Any idea? Any guesses on that? You can just put in the chat. The actual thing is, we are not having a proper white light. Okay, we are using a single blue LED. അതാണ് ബ്ലൂ എൽഇഡിയുടെ ഒരു അഡ്വാൻസ് വേർഷൻ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ why that breakthrough had a Nobel Prize is because this factor, we can make a white light simply based on a blue LED. We apply some phosphor coating. Phosphor coating is it's having something related to this yellow color. So when blue and yellow mixes, you get a white light. So this is how every LED that we are seeing now, which can produce a white light, is made up of a blue LED. So that is a major engineering brilliance of the blue LED, I would say. If you see here, this is the white LED. I'll show you some of these spectrums. I have that experiment, so stay with me. And this is the daylight, the spectrum that we get from the sunlight. Okay, this is the spectrum that we get from the sunlight. Of course, the sunlight is having somewhere around from starting from 200 nanometers all the way up to 1000, 2000 nanometers. So most of the measurement equipments, the measuring equipments are limited by 1100 nanometers. I'll show you that. Yeah. So all these advances, okay, I guess Neha has pointed out this thing in the initial discussion, initial introduction. So melatonin is a hormone in your brain, which is responsible for this darkness. ഇരുട്ടാണെന്ന് നമുക്കറിയണമെങ്കിൽ മെലാറ്റനിൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഹോർമോൺ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യണം. Okay, so that is like your all of you might have used an Arduino board. Arduino എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ബോർഡ് ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. We are having that specific crystal in that board. I guess it's a 16 megahertz crystal is there. So that crystal, that piezoelectric crystal is telling the Arduino board, you have to work in this particular frequency. You have to work this in a particular time period. അത് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. Similarly, this melatonin is responsible for us to make sure that every day is 24 hours. Okay. എല്ലാ ദിവസവും 24 മണിക്കൂറാണ്. 24 മണിക്കൂറിന്റെ ഒരു ഇന്റേണൽ ക്ലോക്ക് സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് മെലാറ്റനിൻ ആണ്. Melatonin is responsible for our 24 hours internal clock. What happens? These blue light, even though they are a tremendous achievement and a breakthrough in the whole history of LEDs and light innovations, the blue LED, which is ranging from 456 to 500 nanometers, disrupts sleep. നമ്മുടെ ഉറക്കത്തിനെ ഡിസ്റ്റർബ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടുള്ള കഴിവ് these blue LEDs have. So these blue LEDs, even though they are very amazing, they have this property where your sleep can be disrupted. And this is mainly a problem for all these youngsters out there. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫോണുകളിൽ we have a read mode അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു yellow mode എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്ന ഒരു മോഡ് ഉണ്ട്. When you click on that button, the complete screen went to a slight yellowish shade, right? Because of the whole LEDs, the internal control will reduce the blue intensity and will increase the yellow to red intensity. അങ്ങനെയാണ്. So everything will come with a flip side. So for the light, the engineering brilliance of blue light, we are having such a very coin flip side. We are also having this flip side of the blue LED. Just be aware of that. And you know this equation, right? The energy equal to hc by lambda. So if you see, the energy is inversely proportional to the lambda. So that is also a very important thing you need to be aware, because the blue light is in the very low nanometer spectrum, somewhere around 365 to around 450 something nanometers is the range for a blue light. So that is having the maximum energy. The maximum photon energy from a light can be taken out if it is a blue light. So this particular principle of a blue light, നിങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും wavelength കുറഞ്ഞ ഒരു LED ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ that can emit the more number of photons. That can നിങ്ങൾ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും, ഒരു സ്റ്റേറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് മറ്റേ സ്റ്റേറ്റിലേക്ക് കയറുക, കണ്ടക്ഷൻ ബാൻഡിൽ നിന്ന് ഇറങ്ങി ഇലക്ട്രോൺസിന്റെ മൂവ്മെന്റും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ. I'm not a person to speak on with the physics aspect still. The lower the wavelength, more energy it can radiate, and the lesser electron volt it needs, because blue LED കാണ് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ വോൾട്ടേജ് വേണ്ടത്. To drive the LED, blue LED needs the maximum voltage, somewhere around 3.2 voltage, I guess. So this particular principle is used in many applications, many applications. Aloishoka, your DVD players, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ CD players were limited by the red LED back then. 565 nanometer lekkulla red lasers were used to capture the data from a CD or a DVD. But once the blue LED was found out, researchers were still going on to find a very exceptionally well high efficient laser, blue lasers. So these blue lasers were back then used in Blu-ray players. You might have heard about this thing, Blu-ray. So this Blu-ray will be having the head with a blue LED. So what is the advantage? This can capture the more data because it can transfer the most energy for a particular wavelength. This blue LED or the blue light can transmit the maximum energy. A maximum energy transfer ചെയ്യുന്നതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ this find a very beautiful application in the data transfer systems. So Blu-ray and all those things are a part of the uses for this blue LED. I hope so we'll come to that end of this blue LED aspect. So the engineering brilliance of the blue LED. I hope there's no more questions on there. Any doubts? Any doubts? എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയം ഉണ്ടോ? I thought of concluding this portion very fast. ഇത് പെട്ടെന്ന് തീർക്കണം എന്ന് എനിക്കുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. So any doubts you can ask me. If I'm okay, if I know, I'll just support with them. So let's go to the evaluations light. So here I need you guys to stick on with me. I'll show you some experiments and all. So the evolution of light. This actually fantasizes me. Okay, I'll come to the very first one. The Great Light Bulb Conspiracy. You can search about this. You can find a lot of fake and good articles. I read about some 20-30 papers on this one, not articles and papers. Only that was available in the internet. And I know some people who are known to these things. I conveyed some messages with him. So he also satisfied this thing. We will come to that. The Great Light Bulb Conspiracy. So the year is 1924. ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ സമയം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മൾ എല്ലാവരും 1924 So I am the head of Philips Corporation, and let's see, Anantha is the head of Osram, and Anil sir, you are the head of General Electric. So we all came to a meeting. നമ്മളൊരു ഒരു conference വിളിക്കുകയാണ്. So we are calling for a conference. We invite all those companies who are currently making the incandescent bulb. Incandescent bulb ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവരെയും വിളിച്ചു കൂട്ടി. And we told, we are coming to a common agreement saying that our light bulbs are delivering almost like 1,500 to 2,000 hours. 2,000 മണിക്കൂർ വരെ ലൈഫ് ടൈം ഉണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ബൾബുകൾക്കെല്ലാം. Almost all the companies were able to do the filament in such a way that they can last up to 2,000 hours. We should not do that. That was the conclusion. We should not do that. If you're doing that such that like 2,000 hours, our market will be really down. So we should intentionally reduce the working hours of incandescent bulb. That was the conclusion of the meeting. മനഃപൂർവ്വം നമ്മൾ 2,000 മണിക്കൂർ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ബൾബുകളെ ഇനിയും റിസർച്ച് ചെയ്ത് 1,000 മണിക്കൂറിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കും. 1,000 മണിക്കൂറിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കാത്ത പക്ഷം നമ്മുടെ കമ്പനികൾ ഒന്നും നിലനിൽക്കില്ല. That was the meeting conclusion they had. And this was not a fake story. This is not a conspiracy. This is something called the Philips Cartel 1924. ഇതാണ് meeting. So the Philips Lamps and Corporation, they arranged a meeting. A lot of companies all over the world assembled there, and they come to this conclusion: their bulb should last for only 1,000 hours. That you create the demand and you create the supply. That was the thing. So this is a photo from the Ostrom company. They were trying to make new bulbs which are only capable of 1,000 hours. കുറയ്ക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയുള്ള ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഫോട്ടോയാണ്. So this was a very controversial photo. This is also a graph. So every company who has participated in this Philips cartel was asked to give a 1-year update. Every year they have to update. എത്രയായി നിങ്ങളുടെ മണിക്കൂർ, എത്രയായി നിങ്ങളുടെ മണിക്കൂർ. So it started from 2,000 hours, then it stays to 1,800 hours, 1,600, 1,000. Somewhere at a point, ഒരു 3-4 വർഷം കൊണ്ട് the complete curve from 2,500 hours has depleted to 1,200 hours. Something like this happened. So just an introduction. The market has to be flourished, right? So പുതിയ ടെക്നോളജി കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുന്നതിനേക്കാൾ നല്ലത് ഉള്ള ടെക്നോളജിനെ കുറയ്ക്കുക, ആർട്ടിഫിഷ്യൽ ഡിമാൻഡ് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക. യു മൈറ്റ് ഹാവ് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ദ സെയിം, റൈറ്റ്? തക്കാളി മേടിക്കാൻ പോകുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് നിങ്ങൾ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടാവും അല്ലെ? കിലോയ്ക്ക് 100 രൂപ ഉള്ളതുണ്ടാവും, ചിലപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ പുറത്തു കൂടെ പോകുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും 4 കിലോയ്ക്ക് 100 രൂപ. So this kind of create the demand and you create the supply has already occurred. But this was supposed to end by the 1930s. 1930 ആയപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഈ ഒരു ഇത് നിന്നു. Why? Because the World War II has started and companies has to engage more onto the war supplies and all those things. So the Philips cartel was supposedly, it ended up that time. Okay, so maybe it can erase again. So the first source of light. What is the first source of light? Anyone in the chat? First source of light എന്താണെന്ന് ആർക്കെങ്കിലും അറിയാം? I'm not asking for the bulb. Okay, I'm not asking for the bulb. The very first source of light.
Stars.
Stars, sun, and all those things. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, Nidin, for that. Of course, sun and star. Okay, I missed that point. അത് ഞാൻ മിസ് ചെയ്തതാണ്. So a source of light എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് of course sun and stars ആണ്. Okay, the very second ആണെങ്കിൽ അപ്പോൾ I will redo the name. Okay, so the second source of light is known to us is a kerosene lamp and fire. ഇങ്ങനത്തെ കാര്യങ്ങളായിരുന്നു. These all are the sources that we used at night time. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ് ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ? So we'll come to that. So just an introduction for these lamps. You know all these things. So bright light ആണ്, and the one disadvantage for this particular thing is that it was giving a lot of smoke and all those things. So later we jump to the very revolutionary thing called incandescent bulb. Filament ഉള്ള ബൾബുകളിലേക്ക് നമ്മൾ മാറി. We of course know this Thomas Alva Edison, who invented the first incandescent bulb, and you can see all those things. I'm not going into further. Then came the fluorescent lamp. Of course, we need a high voltage supply for initially for a couple of minutes, couple of seconds, and you start the bulb such that the argon gases are emitted, and it will emit the radiations. So the phosphor is caught there, so you get a almost kind of a white light. But this is one of the hated lights of all time. I'll come to that. We'll see why. There are different types of bulbs. So the usual നമ്മുടെ വീട്ടിൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന 40 വാട്ടിന്റെ 60 വാട്ട്സിന്റെ ഒക്കെ filament light ഉണ്ട്, like sorry, fluorescent bulb. So what happens if you can twist the bulb? What happens if you can twist the bulb? You make a compact fluorescent bulb. അതാണ് CFL, compact fluorescent lamp എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. നീളനെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന ബൾബിനെ എടുത്ത് ചുരുട്ടി വെച്ചു, you make a compact fluorescent lamp. So that was another innovation. And come to the LED lamp. Of course, the market is flooded. The market is really flooded here. So I had some photographs. I'll show you later. I'll tell you the incident. ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് ഈ ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാനൊക്കെ ആയിട്ട്, ഇന്ന് കാണിക്കാനൊക്കെ ആയിട്ട്, I go to the market in Palakkad, like here Kanchikode and Palakkad. I was in search of the different types of light. I can still find out a filament light. ഒരു filament light കത്തുന്ന സാധനം, ആ filament light I can purchase that one. ഇപ്പോഴും ചില കടകളിലുണ്ട്. The cost is around 16 rupees. 16 രൂപയാണ് ഒരു 40 വാട്ടിന്റെ incandescent bulb. So I also bought an LED lamp. Sorry, I didn't bought an LED lamp. So that's a mistake from me. I'll come to that. The next search was for a CFL lamp. ഒരു CFL lamp മേടിക്കണം എന്നുള്ളൊരു ഇനീഷ്യേറ്റീവിലായിരുന്നു. So I went for a CFL lamp. ഒരൊറ്റ കടയിലില്ല. I literally go for around 12 to 15 shops. 12 to 15 shops. The complete CFL segment is down. ഇന്നില്ല അത്. And I called, there is one shop, and they called shop at Palakkad, and they told me, ഒരെണ്ണം ഇരിപ്പുണ്ട്, they have a single piece, and the MRP says 450 rupees, say somewhere around 600 rupees അവർക്ക് പേ ചെയ്യണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ ആലോചിച്ചു, ഞാൻ ഇനീഷ്യലി I also remember the time when I bought this CFL for 250 rupees. അതായിരുന്നു ഞാൻ മേടിച്ചത് മാക്സിമം പ്രൈസ്. Maybe it's same for you also. So that shopkeeper told me it will be costing somewhere around 500 rupees. I told that I don't need the bulb. What I did is that just opposite to that there was a banana shop. ഒരു പഴം വിൽക്കുന്ന കടയുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, കുറെ ഞാലിപ്പൂവും പഴമൊക്കെ തൂക്കി കിടക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ എന്ത് ചെയ്തെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവിടെ നോക്കിയപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് there was a CFL light hanging from the outside. I asked the shopkeeper whether I can take this bulb. I will give you a LED bulb. പുള്ളി പറഞ്ഞു ഓക്കെ, കുഴപ്പമില്ല, മേടിച്ചു തന്നാൽ മതി. So I literally go to another shop, another electrical shop. ഒരു LED bulb 9 വാട്ട്സിന്റെ മേടിച്ച് 90 രൂപ. It was priced for 90 rupees, and I changed the bulb, and I take a CFL bulb from that particular shop. I have the CFL bulb literally here. So that was a very fun story that happened today morning. Okay, I'll come to that. Okay, you also just need to be aware of this luminous efficacy. There is something called luminous efficacy. It's a lumen per watt. So for the incandescent bulb, it's very low. Per watts, you're getting only 12 to 18 lumens. So lumens is similar to what is in amperes for current, voltage for volt for voltage. Similar to that, for light, you get a lumen, the unit. And halogen, you can read these things. So yeah, this is also a very good comparison chart I found from the presentation of Ishami Nakamura. His presentation, I found this slide. It's a very good one. You get the idea. Okay. Now let's go for the comparison. Okay. Before that, for comparison, I'm going to use Maya 2000 series spectrometer. So what is a spectrometer? You might be asking yourself. So spectrometer is typically used to measure the wavelength versus an intensity curve of a particular bulb. So unlike your mobile camera or your pixels, you are having like let's say 19 billion, 16 billion colors and all those things. You are having a lot of pixels in your phones and cameras, right? Unlike that, spectrometer lotta pixel. We are having only a single pixel in a spectrometer that is capable of taking every color. That is capable of taking every single color. Okay, so that is the range for a spectrometer. In the light in the properties are a best solution is spectrometer. And this is equipment for IIT. It's damn expensive. It costs around 12 lakh rupees. So I'll show you the equipment and all. So let's compare the lights. Yeah, so give me a couple of seconds. I'll just share my screen again. I'm audible, right?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So can you see my screen? Yeah. Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay. I hope it's clear. Okay.
It is very small, so it's not that visible.
Oh, is it sir? Okay.
Actually, if you pin it to your main screen, it's visible.
Okay. Can you try that one, sir?
I
Can
mean,
anyone come on?
if all the participants can pin his screen to your main screens, then it's more visible.
Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm it's a bit difficult here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now it's visible and clear, I guess. Okay. So I'll just show you the setup. Uh, yeah. So I'll show you the setup. So this is our what do you see? This Maya 2000 series. So it is having this single filament here. So this is called a cosine filter. So it is used to filter out some of the radiations and all those things. So this is a filament bulb I bought today morning, and this is a CFL board I literally bargained with a shopkeeper, and this is the whole setup for this one. So I have some other miscellaneous components at the back. It's not mine for that. Okay, I'll just keep it. Yeah, I now it's both visible, I guess. Yeah, can turn off the light. Yeah, so for the time being, I'll just turn off the light. Uh, yeah. So now you're seeing what you're seeing now is the spectrum. If you see the top side, you're seeing the spectrum of what is now currently visible to that particular cosine filter. So I'll just quickly turn on the light. Okay, you can see what happened. See, in this graph, this one is the visible range from around 365 to around 1100 nanometers. You're getting the visible region, right? So even though this appear to be very orangish, yellowish color, orange yellow പോലെയൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് ഈ filament പോലെ തോന്നുമെങ്കിലും, we are having a lot of what do you say the IR infrared ആണ് ഇതിന്റെ അകത്ത് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതലായിട്ട് വരുന്നത്. I'll show you this one. See this one. Infrared ആണ് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ കിടക്കുന്നത്. Okay, so the infrared, I hope it's clear, it's visible now. See this one, the infrared is most visible here, and പക്ഷേ ഈ ഒരു കർവ് സ്മൂത്ത് ആണ്, ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് ഇതൊരു സ്മൂത്ത് കർവാണ്, വിച്ച് മീൻസ് ദ കളർ ഡെപ്പിക്ഷൻ ആൻഡ് ഓൾ ദോസ് തിങ്സ് ആർ വെരി ഓക്കെ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കുറച്ച് നേരം കണ്ണിൽ നോക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നതുകൊണ്ട് കുഴപ്പമൊന്നും വരുന്നില്ല. ആൻഡ് ഇഫ് യു സി ദിസ് ബ്ലൂ സൈഡ് ഇസ് വെരി ലോ, വിച്ച് മീൻസ് യു ആർ നോട്ട് ഹാവിംഗ് ദാറ്റ് സ്ലീപ്പ് ഡിസ്ട്രപ്ഷൻ ഓർ എനിത്തിങ്, ബട്ട് യു ആർ ഹാവിംഗ് എ ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് ഇൻഫ്രാറെഡ് വിച്ച് ഇസ് നോട്ട് ദാറ്റ് ഗുഡ്. ഓക്കെ, വിച്ച് ഇസ് നോട്ട് ദാറ്റ് ഗുഡ്. So ഇതാണ് this is the spectrum of a what do you say this incandescent bulb. Now I will show you the spectrum for this CFL. Grab the CFL. Yeah. So I just put the CFL there. Now I'll just turn on the CFL, see what happens. This is the very, this is what I told. It's a very hated bulb of all time. I'll just show this one. Let me start. Okay, give me a minute. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah. So I just turned on the CFL. See the curve, see the spectrum. What happens here? You're getting a lot of peaks, a very, very bad peaks of every single wavelength. Starting from the ultraviolet, you're getting the visible region. ഇവിടെ എല്ലാ സ്പൈക്കുകളാണ് ഈ പീക്കുകളാണ് ഞാൻ ഈ പീക്കുകളെ പറ്റി ഞാൻ പറയാം. Okay, I'll talk about these peaks. See here, everything is disrupted here. And if you see, you are having spikes on the IR region also. Around 1100 nanometer വരെ ഉള്ളതിൽ. You are having a lot of spikes. You are having spikes in the visible region, spikes, spikes, spikes everywhere. So this is the very bad nature of the fluorescent lamp. Oh my God. So this portion is clear, right? I hope
Yes,
this is
sir.
clear. Okay, okay. So now the last one to view is the LED. So I thought of buying an LED, but I thought, why should I buy LED when we are having the LEDs everywhere, right? So this is a LED bulb. So I'll just point this thing to the top. See this one. See the curve. As we expected. So don't mind this IR spectrum because it is a noise only. If you see here, we are dealing with we are the engineering brilliance of the blue light. We are having a single blue LED and a phosphor is coated on this blue LED, which makes the other spectrum visible. ഈ നീല പോയി മഞ്ഞ ഫോസ്ഫറിനെ ഇടിക്കുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും around from starting from around നീല to ഒരു orange റെഡിന്റെ അവിടെ വരെ we are getting the complete spectrum. Still having this peak. ഈ ഒരു പീക്ക് നമുക്കുണ്ട് because it is ഏതൊരു LED ബൾബ് ആണെങ്കിലും ultimately it is a blue LED inside. അതാണ് ഇതിന്റെ അകത്തെ കാര്യം. So I hope this point is clear. And if you see, we don't have that much IR or UV in this one. So this is the reason why the LEDs are disrupting the whole market. About I hope this point is clear. So ഇത്രയായിരുന്നു ഇതിന്റെ അകത്ത് പോയിന്റുകൾ കാണിക്കേണ്ടായിരുന്നു. Now we'll come to the usual things. Give me a minute. Yeah, so that's a basic test. So that particular thing. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I may not be visible. Not an issue. So let's compare the lights. So you saw that spectrum ellam kandu alle. Now let's just analyze the spectrums that what we saw. So this was the spectrum for the incandescent bulb alle. Already told IR ആണ് അതിനകത്ത് വില്ലനായിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്നത്. അതാണ് അതിന്റെ അകത്ത് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. And okay, one thing we forgot to show is that lighter. നമ്മൾ ആ ഇൻകാൻഡസെന്റിനെ കൂടെ ഒന്ന് കാണിച്ചു തരാം. Just give me a minute. Sorry, incandescent അല്ല നമ്മുടെ ലാമ്പ്. അതും കൂടെ ഒന്ന് കാണിക്കാം. That would be fun. That would be very good to see. Just share my screen. Sorry for that. Actually, switching from this OBS to the main camera is a bit hard. Okay. Okay, I hope I'm visible now, right?
Yes, you are
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll just show this one. I'll yeah, so I'll just place a lighter in front. So see the spectrum. Okay, so we are not looking into this spectrum. Okay, we are not taking this one, but just see this one. Okay, I'll put a bit more intensity. Just one second, I'll just turn off the lights. Okay, see this one. See what happens? Again, we are dealing with a lot of IR. Infrared ആണ് മൊത്തം ഇതിനകത്ത് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. Similar to the incandescent bulb, anything that lights up, അല്ലേ? മറ്റേതും I²R drop ആണ് ശരിക്കും. I²R heating ആണ്. Similar thing is happening with this thing. We are dealing with a lot of IR radiation. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് തന്നെയായിരുന്നു കെറോസിൻ ലാമ്പുകളുടെ ഒരു പ്രശ്നം. സോ ഐ ഹോപ്പ് ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് understood. Now I'll switch back to my okay. I'll switch it back to here. Now coming back to the slides, let's analyze this. Pettanna namukku analyze here. So with that, around 20 more minutes, we'll wind up with 20 more minutes. Share the screen. So these were the spectrums. Okay. So as expected, we are dealing with a lot of IR emissions. Filamental ആയിട്ട് ആയിക്കോട്ടെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കത്തുന്നത് എന്തോ ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, we are dealing with a lot of IR. അപ്പോൾ അതായിരുന്നു ഒരു പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. The very hated light of the whole industry, the lighting industry, ഏറ്റവും hated ആയിട്ടുള്ള light, it's the CFL. So you'll wonder what is this? Why it is the most hated one? Because these are having this whole spikes everywhere. Starting from the UV region to the IR region, you are dealing with spikes. And this is because എന്തുകൊണ്ടായിരിക്കും spike വന്നത്? The spikes are due to the presence of what you see. ഇതാണ് ഈ സ്പൈക്കുകളെ പഠിക്കുന്നവരുണ്ട്, റിസർച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നവരുണ്ട്, these spikes. And these are due to the presence of all those elements present in an CFL. You can see the CFL spectrum here. A spectrum in the share, mercury, terbium, and europium and argon. These 4 elements are, it's mainly the problems for all these spikes. പക്ഷേ ഇത് 4 മിക്സ് ചെയ്യാണ്ട് we won't be getting that white like color. അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു കളർ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടത്തില്ല. But it is already having these many hazardous elements. ഈ മെർക്കുറി എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്നത് പൊട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ hazardous ആണ്. So all these elements will add up to the total lower quality of the bulb. So this is regarding the CFL. And if you see for the LED bulb, as expected, we are having a blue LED behind. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് എനിക്ക് ഭയങ്കര ഒരു എന്താണ് അത്ഭുതപ്പെടുത്തിയ ഒരു ഫാക്ടറാണ്. ലൈക്ക് വെൻ ഐ കം ടു ദ IIT, ആദ്യം ഞാൻ അറിയുന്ന ഈ ലൈറ്റ് വെച്ച് കളിച്ചു തുടങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ ആദ്യം അറിയുന്ന ഡേറ്റയാണ്, we are not dealing with a white light here, we are dealing with a blue light. അതിന്റെ മുകളിൽ ഒരു ഫോസർ കോട്ടിംഗ് കാരണമാണ് we are getting the white light. So that was clear with now the presentation. അത് ക്ലിയർ ആയി എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. Yeah, so this is the share. Gallium nitride അല്ലെങ്കിൽ Indian gallium nitride ആണ്. It's used for making that particular blue LED. And you are having that phosphor which converts the blue light to the wide broad range of other spectrums, starting from around 450 to 700 and other ranges. But the very good advantage thing of this particular LED bulb is that you are not getting any UV radiation, you are not getting any IR radiation. So those two are the very good advantages for this LED bulbs. And for the sake of the last slides, couple of last slides, I prepared a chart. So basically this is a collaborative effort from the IEEE Education Society and the IEEE Photonics Society. So we are naming a new chart, the Lumino Ed chart. It's a fun name. Okay, don't make it serious. So it's a Lumino Ed chart. So these are the factors. As a user, I'm using a bulb. So what is my user experience and what will I rate all the bulb in my terms? Mostly it will be equal for all the people present here. Let's check. Okay. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ നോക്കാൻ പോകുന്ന ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് ഇത്രയാണ്. I'll be looking on these factors mostly. Sir, the elements present is sir, it's mercury, terbium, europium and argon. Mercury, terbium, europium and argon. Hope it's okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure. Now coming to the Lumino Ed chart. ഞാൻ നോക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്, ഞാൻ വീട്ടിലേക്ക് ഒരു ബൾബ് മേടിക്കുകയാണ്, ഞാൻ നോക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് അതിന്റെ അകത്തുള്ള എലമെന്റ്സിനെ പറ്റിയോ കാര്യങ്ങളെ പറ്റിയോ ഒന്നും ആയിരിക്കില്ല. I'll be looking mostly into the power. What is the consumption? So that is of course a bad parameter. Higher the value, lower the higher the value, it will be very bad. Okay. ഞാൻ നോക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് എത്ര പ്രകാശം തരും, ഇതിന്റെ കാശ് എത്രയാണ്, കോസ്റ്റ്, എത്ര നാൾ നിൽക്കും, വാട്ട്സ് ദ ഡ്യൂറബിലിറ്റി, വിഷ്വൽ അപ്പിയറൻസ്, ഹൗ ക്യാൻ ഐ റെൻഡർ ദ കളർ പ്രോപ്പർലി വിത്ത് ദീസ് ലൈറ്റ്സ്, വാട്ട് ഇസ് എ ലൈഫ് ടൈം. ഒരെണ്ണം മേടിച്ചിട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഫീബസ് കാർട്ടിൽ പോലെ ഓരോ 2 വർഷം കൂടുമ്പോൾ പോയി മാറ്റേണ്ടി വരുമോ? That will be another thing. The warranty I'll be checking, color rendering and temperature. എത്രത്തോളം ചൂടാവുന്നുണ്ട്. That's a very concern that everyone should have. Hazardous. ഇത് പൊട്ടിപ്പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ how the materials will be affecting us. Those I will be checking for that. And I made a chart. So kerosene lamp, എനിക്കിത് ഈ വാല്യൂസ് മാത്രം എനിക്ക് നെറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടിയതാണ്. So 3.3 watts ആണ് ഒരു എത്രയാണ് 1/4 ഇഞ്ചിന്റെ അര ഇഞ്ചിന്റെ ഒരു വിക്ക് ഇട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, വിക്ക് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ് പറയുന്നത്, ഫോഗോട്ട് കെറോസിൻ ലാമ്പിൽ നമ്മൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന തിരി, ആ തിരിയുടെ വലിപ്പം അര ഇഞ്ച് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി പ്രൊഡ്യൂസിങ് സംവെയർ അറൌണ്ട് 3.3 watts. will produce around 35 lumens. Cost is 45 രൂപയാണ് ഒരു മണിക്കൂർ മണ്ണെണ്ണയ്ക്കുള്ള വില. Durability. So these factors I have in my preference. And the preference, these are the factors and these are the values I'll be putting in. So durability, if it is this is one, then I'll be comparing every other bulb in with respective to this one. ഈ കറോസിനെ വെച്ചിട്ടായിരിക്കും ഞാൻ ബാക്കി നോക്കുന്നത്. I'll come to that. Visual appearance, okay, കുഴപ്പമില്ല, 1.1 കൊടുക്കാം. Lifetime, I'll give somewhere around 5. So this is 5 years something. ഒരു കെറോസിൻ ലാമ്പിന്റെ ആവറേജ് ലൈഫ് ടൈം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 5 years ആണ്. സോ വാറണ്ടി ഒരു വർഷം എന്നല്ല, I'll give a factor of 1. The color rendering, okay, കുഴപ്പമില്ല, തിരക്കേടില്ല, I'll give it a 0.8. Temperature, I'll give it as a very bad thing and I will give a 1.5 rating. So this is a higher rating in a bad domain. Okay, and hazard is also 1.5, again a higher rating in a bad domain. Similarly, I'll compare with the incandescent. So 40 watts ന്റെ ഒരു 480 lumen തരാൻ പറ്റുന്ന 20 രൂപ incandescent 16 രൂപയ്ക്ക് ഞാൻ മേടിച്ചത്. I told that I bought the incandescent bulb for 16 rupees. Lifetime is around 1200 hours and all others are 1. Okay, I can literally these I can name it as 1. Give the value 1. CFL നോക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ the power is around 15 rupees, 750 lumens ആണ്. Cost, I'm not giving this as a constraint. ഇതൊരു ആവറേജ് കോസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് എടുത്താൽ മതി. ബിക്കോസ് 250 രൂപ തൊട്ട് 500 രൂപ വരെ ഇന്ന് മാർക്കറ്റിൽ ഉണ്ട് വില. പക്ഷേ the very advantage thing is that ഇന്ന് മാർക്കറ്റിൽ ഈ സാധനം കിട്ടാനില്ല. That's a very good movement to the greener energy, sustainable energyയിലേക്കുള്ള വലിയൊരു മൂവ്മെന്റ് ആയിട്ട് I will consider this thing. Because it is not available in the market, which means the market is flooded with LED bulbs. That's a very good positive point. Okay, so I'll give it average 300 rupees. Durability, it's not that durable. Visual appearance, okay. Lifetime, it's expected to be 10,000 hours. The warranty, I'll give it 1.5 because most companies back then give a warranty of 1 year. Color is 1, okay. Temperature, വലിയ ചൂടില്ല, കുഴപ്പമില്ല. Hazardous element, I'll give a higher value because it has that mercury and all other hazardous material in there. So it is going to be dangerous. And lastly, our well-known visual, the LED bulb, 9 watts, 1039 lumens. See the difference there. Cost is 90 rupees, just 90 rupees. I still remember the day when I bought a single 20 watts LED tube for 600 rupees back in 2014, I guess, 2014. 2014 ഒരു ട്യൂബിന് 600 രൂപ വില ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. The prices have came down exponentially because of the lot of R&D activities happening in this domain, such that in ഒരു 50 വാട്ടിന്റെ LED bulb മേടിക്കാൻ you need to pay only 90 rupees, under 100. Okay, so that's a very great achievement. Durability, I'll give a very solid 1.4. Visual appearance of 1.5, 50,000 hours of the expected lifetime. Warranty, I'll give surely for 1.5. കാരണം most of the companies provide a 1 year warranty. Philipsന്റെ ഒക്കെ 200-300 രൂപയുള്ള ബൾബുകൾ they give a warranty up to 3 to 5 years. That's a very good thing. And color rendering, I'll give the maximum value. Temperature is not giving that temperature value, so lower the value in a bad domain. And hazardous, I'll give a 0.9. So what happens? So this power is a bad quantity. Okay, higher the value, it's a lower the what do you say, contribution. And lumen, it's a good value. Cost is bad value. You can see. So I have divided it's the bad values and the good values. So we'll come up with this. So as per the Lumino chart, we are having a UPF factor. So it's a user performance factor. I'll just call it like that. I'm not a mathematician to name the equations or being an equation guy. So just for fun, just for understanding the parameters. So I'll multiply every hazardous LEDs are hazardous only in the aspect of the recyclability. കാരണം most of the LEDs are made of plastic material, right? അത് തന്നെയാണ് അതിന്റെ ഡ്യൂറബിലിറ്റിക്ക് കാരണം. പൊട്ടത്തില്ല സാധനം. പക്ഷെ ആ പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക് റീസൈക്കിൾ ചെയ്യുന്നത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇറ്റ്സ് കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് എ hazardous thing, or ആ ഒരു ഫാക്ടർ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ അത് കുറവാണ്. But still, it's adaptable. Okay. So this is a user performance factor I came up with. I'll multiply all the good values and I will divide with the bad values. So these are the result I obtained. So incandescent വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് ബാക്കിയുള്ളതെല്ലാം ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. So I'll share all those chart if needed. Yeah, so the values come up like kerosene is 0.46, incandescent is 1560, CFL is 2578. Of course, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റും incandescent അപേക്ഷിച്ച് CFL എത്ര മടങ്ങ് നല്ലതാണ്. See for the value for LED, 7,30,546. Okay, so this is a predominant difference when comparing with the LED. So in that aspect, if I would say, in comparison to the incandescent bulb, the CFL bulb is 1.65 times better than the incandescent bulbs. You can see that. in comparison to the CFL, LED is 250, at least 250 times better than a CFL bulb. And we are getting a whopping number of, in comparison to the incandescent, LED bulbs is at least 450 times the performance of an incandescent bulb. So these were the things, the points that I noted in back in like a couple of months, and I would like to really present this to a large audience like this. I'm getting a massive response, like 100 participants from the beginning to the end. That's a great response. Thanks a lot for that. And now you know the evolution of lights and the engineering brilliance of blue light. So with that being said, thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, we can open for the questions. Thank you.
Abhinav, that was a wonderful discussion about lights and various sources.
Yeah.
I have read in one of the research reports that came from European Union, I think it is France, 4-5 years back, that LEDs are actually deleterious to our eyes, human eyes.
Yes, sir.
LED lamps. In what way it is? Can you just elaborate? I do not know actually.
Actually, sir, as already told that our point regarding the LED, the blue LED usage, sir. So the researchers have found out that something around 450 to 500 nanometer, all those light, when we are capturing through the light eyes, it will hit our back retina. So that will emulate the melatonin count, the melatonin hormone that is available with your body. That will stimulate the pulse. Like രാത്രികൾ നീണ്ടു പോകും ചിലപ്പോൾ. അപ്പൊ ആ ഒരു ടൈം എന്താണ്, we are expecting like if it is 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we should be sleepy. But when you are expected more to this blue light, and now you are this ഈ ഒരു നീല ലൈറ്റ് നമ്മുടെ കണ്ണിലേക്ക് അടിക്കുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും this melatonin is altered, and what happens is that nights expect to be more എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഉറക്കം വരാണ്ടിരിക്കുക, അങ്ങനത്തെ വെരി ഒരു സ്ലീപ്പ് ഇതിലേക്ക് പോകുന്ന സംഭവം, ആ ഒരു ഡൈലേഷൻ ആണ് it's mostly spoke upon, sir. And there is one more thing I can show you. So nowadays, a company called Philips, you might have known, Philips in the company, they have come up with a new technology because they are adding a little bit of red color. Red എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഇത് ഉണ്ടാക്കാനായിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന എലമെന്റും കൂടി ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ നീല ബൾബുകളിൽ ഉണ്ടായി. Just try seeing that, sir, to make it evenly. നീലയുടെ ഇന്റൻസിറ്റി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഹസാർഡസ് കമ്പോണന്റ് കുറയ്ക്കാനായിട്ട് red add ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. I'll show you that spectrum. So I read it some in some paper. See, sir, this one mixed full spectrum. So this is coming up where they are adding a little bit of red LED, so that the overall component of the blue can be reduced. So this is the latest technology they are coming in. Okay, sir. Okay.
Actually, it is the melatonin. That melatonin effect doesn't come from, since your retina is incident with blue light, isn't that? But then our EdSoc kids are they usually sleep only at 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. and after looking the mobile and the laptops, they will not feel sleepy also. So even after they sleep, they will be half an hour they will be do this and that side, this side when going, and they will sleep finally by 4 o'clock and will get up only by 10 o'clock. That is causing a lot of danger to the present community. They will be, their health will be very much in danger. I have told to my EdSoc people, our kids, that such a behavior is causing health issues to all of us, and we should keep away from that and all. But then people are not understanding it properly because they are students, and
and ultimately, sir, the problems comes with the social media, the handling of social media. I would perfectly say that. And yesterday I found out an incident. A guy called, a YouTuber called Topi, he has been arrested, and he's been a lot of influencing the little kids, and the response from them was very, very, very bad. So you can see how the social media is influencing. So ultimately, the social media usage, if we can reduce, like I have seen an interview with Carl Pai, the founder, the CEO for Nothing Phone. So he says that in Nothing Phone 2, there will be a feature where the social media icons will be no longer within your reach. So you can add that option. So if you turn on that option, Facebook, YouTube, അങ്ങനത്തെ കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം നമ്മുടെ പെട്ടെന്നുള്ള കൺവെർട്ടത്തിൽ നിന്ന് മാറിക്കിടക്കും, so that the social media consumption can be reduced. So anyway, we are creating the problems and we are creating the solution. This cycle continues.
In our two groups, we had record participant of 136, 100 plus
Okay.
36.
Yes.
That is one of the features of today's webinar.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. I'm open to any questions. Any questions? I can open to any questions. How was the session? Can anyone give me a feedback on that? I can find like. Of course, madam. It will be helpful.
The session was very interesting, especially the spectral lines that you had shown now with different types of lamps and all. That was very interesting, and that is novel also.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, Abhinav. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. Actually, my question is, what about the resolution of that spectrometer you are using in your lab?
Spectrometer, I'm confused, sir. Yeah, no, sir.
Okay, that will be fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look into the.
Actually, the importance is that how close you can resolve that wavelength.
Yes, sir. Okay. I'll just check into that, sir. I'll just check into that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir. Okay. So I guess so I thought that students and it would be better if we are having that visual representation of the spectrum. So that was one of the yeah. Thank you, Nitin. Thank you, Nandita, and thank you, Gayatri. Thank you. Okay. If no more doubts, sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you for staying. And sir, thank you.
Hello, Abhinav. This is Binu, and it was a very nice presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So very nice. And I see that number of participants are too high. Normally, in a webinar, actually, the participation
Understood, ma'am.
will be very less. So now, so today's participation, so it's at the highest. So it's very wonderful. I think everyone is interested in your presentation. That's why what are meeting, and so very well done presentation. So
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I think I can go for a photo session also.
Yes.
So who will be giving photo of thanks?
You can quickly have a photograph. Turn on your camera. We can have a photograph, I guess.
Yes, Shetavan. So we actually have a Q&A session also planned, but then before that, let us all take a virtual photograph. I request all the participants as well as the professional members to turn your cameras on, and I invite Mr. Ananda Krishnan once again to take the picture.
Hello everyone, turn on your cameras please.
Okay. എടുക്കുന്നതിന് മുന്നേ പറയാനിട്ടാ.
Okay, camera on ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം.
Okay. Yeah, requesting everyone to turn on your camera, please.
Everyone smile.
Okay. Thank you. So thank you.
The feedback form will be shared in the chat box after the vote of thanks, and it is to be noted that the certificates will be provided only on this basis. So kindly remember to fill it out. Now let us move on to the Q&A session. Please feel free to either unmute yourself and ask the questions or leave your queries in the chat box. I think you had answered the query by Vinod sir, and Anil sir had earlier asked if can you elaborate upon the hazards of LED lamps. I'm not sure whether you...
Yeah, it's discussed.
Yes,
actually,
okay.
That's
I had a bit of an internet issue at Acute. So, are there any more questions from the participant side?
Hope it's fine.
I guess there are no more queries. As a token of appreciation from our side, we would like to present Mr. Abhinav R with a virtual memento. I invite Mr. Jitin K, Electronics and Communication Coordinator, SLT 2023 IEEE Education Society Kerala chapter to share the screen and present the same.
I hope Jitin is not here, so I welcome Ananta Krishnan to share the screen.
Okay. Thank you for that a wonderful gift, and kudos to the designer. Kudos to the designer for that. Thank you. ആരാ ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്തത്?
ചേട്ടൻ ഞാൻ ഏട്ടാ.
മിടുക്കൻ. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I guess we can wind up.
Any event should be incomplete without the vote of thanks, as gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. I invite Ms. Dia Jose, content writer of SLT 2023, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So on behalf of IEEE Education Society Kerala chapter, I express our deepest gratitude for your participation in the enlightening webinar on the evolution and engineering brilliance of blue lights. This webinar has been a remarkable journey through the fascinating realm of light and its profound impact on our lives. First and foremost, we extend our heartfelt appreciation to our distinguished speaker, Mr. Abhinav R, for sharing their experience, knowledge, and captivating insights on this captivating subject. Your passion and enthusiasm have truly enlightened us, enabling us to delve deeper into the mysteries and wonders of light. Your presentation was not only informative, but also thought-provoking, leaving us with a renewed appreciation for the evolution and brilliance of blue lights. We extend our gratitude to all the participants who took time out of their busy schedules to be a part of this webinar. Your presence has not only enriched the event, but also demonstrated your eagerness to expand your knowledge and explore new horizons. We hope that the knowledge gained here will serve as a stepping stone for further exploration and inspire you to delve deeper into the captivating world of light. Lastly, but not the least, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the organizing committee and the volunteers of IEEE EdSoc Kerala chapter and IEEE Photonics Society Kerala chapter. We are truly humbled and grateful for the overwhelming response and positive feedback we have received for this webinar. It is your unwavering support and enthusiasm that motivates us to continue organizing such events to foster intellectual growth and promote the exchange of knowledge. Thank you once again to everyone who played a role in making this webinar a memorable and enlightening experience. Let us carry forward the spirit of learning and curiosity as we all continue to unravel the mysteries of the evolving brilliance of blue lights. Thank you all and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Wonderful, Mona. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dia. With this, we have come to the end of our session. I really hope you all had a great time. I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude once again to the speaker as well as the participants for making this event a success. Do not forget to fill out the feedback form that has been posted in the chat box. We will be back soon with new and exciting events. So thank you all and have a great night.
Thank you. Good night. Good night. Bye-bye.